now have freedom. Ghana, land of freedom. Toils of the brave and the sweat of their labors. Toils of the brave which have brought results.
So we have a very small matter to discuss in this segment, and as you already know, it's about our friend and sister, Honorable Dr. Zanetor Rawlings, Member of Parliament for the Korle-Klottey constituency. Now, sometime last week, or is it this week, a video went around and it went viral, and she had done her duty as a Member of Parliament to assist with the members of her constituency in terms of food sharing. But our concern tonight is some of the things that Dr. Rawlings said. And we are sorry that she said some of the things that she said. She said some good things, which we will point out tonight, but she said some things that could have been said better. And we are concerned because of who she is, because of who her background is, because of what heritage she has inherited, and because of the hope that she promises, the hope that she promised as a politician of the future. Listen to the part of what she said that we are concerned about. Listen to this.
And the unfortunate thing that is happening is that people are using partisanship to distribute food. This is a humanitarian crisis. People are literally being asked to show evidence of their party membership before they are given food. This is not acceptable. This is very sad.
So you heard what she said. She said that people are using partisanship to distribute food. That is a very, very serious allegation to make against an opposite political party, or to make against a government, or to make against a municipal assembly, or to make against any other politician. That's a very serious allegation. And you see, historically in Ghana, when we had politicians speak, in the past, in the history of Ghana, when we had politicians speak on platform and all that, we never really doubted them, because politicians were honorable in those days. All of them, I have to say, all of them were honorable, and we didn't doubt them. Over the last 20 years or so, we have had cause to doubt the things politicians say, because sometimes politicians say something and we find out that is not true, and that's all over the world. Radio stations in Ghana have had to institute what they call fact-checking, because it's become so important for us to fact-check what our leaders in politics say. Suddenly, we woke up one morning and we were excited after 2016's elections that some young people are coming up in politics and making politics have a great name. Dr. Rawlings is one of those. We celebrated the arrival in politics of George Anda, Deputy Minister of Communication. We have continuously celebrated Kojo Nkrumah, Member of Parliament for Ofuasia Yerebi, Minister of Information. We have celebrated in the past Samio Kujeto Ablakwa of the NDC, Member of Parliament for Northton, and we were terribly excited with the arrival of Honorable Dr. Zanetor Rawlings. Given her heritage, given her training, given her background, Dr. Rawlings was one of those we were excited about, and we still are excited about it. Our advice to her this evening, Madam, please, 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 Madam, don't get into the politics of those other people. The kind of politics that you promise, the hope that you express, the heritage that you come from, which we believe that you will add on to. You shouldn't do this. You can't say that. You can't say that food is being shared in a partisan way without evidence in it. And you know very well, Mrs. Rawlings, your sister is a lawyer, that we in this Commonwealth jurisdiction, he who alleges must prove. You trained in Ireland, Dr. Rawlings. It is a Commonwealth jurisdiction. And there, the common law principles that operate in that space is that he who alleges must prove. How can you, such an important member of parliament, come and say that food is being shared in a partisan way, make such a serious allegation without establishing any iota of proof? We should believe it because you said it. But you are GEG Rawlings' daughter. You are daughter of the former president. All of us would have been happy to be GEG Rawlings' daughter, I believe so, because here is a man who has been one of the longest rulers of our country. Here is a man with so many positives. Here is a man who has done so many things for Ghana. Here is a military officer who came into politics and established our constitution. We keep saying, for nothing at all, GEG Rawlings gave us 1992 constitution because he could afford it. This is the person who is your father. This is the person that you are emulating in politics, and you come and make such statements that are unsubstantiated. You don't substantiate any of the statements. Dr. Rawlings, with this huge background that you have, is that the kind of politics that you are beginning to turn into? We sincerely hope that this was just a blip and it will never happen again. Please, Dr. Rawlings, never let it happen again. You are the daughter of Nana Kunedu Agyemang Rawlings, the woman who set up 31st and empowered women all over the place. And that's why you can come from nowhere and win the Osu seat. You have to be told that, Dr. Rawlings, the reason why you can come from nowhere and be elected as a member of parliament for a constituency like Klole Korte is because you are JJ's daughter. And it's because you are Nana Kunedu Agyemang Rawlings' daughter. The efforts that were put in 31st, most of the voters in Osu still remember the 31st December Women's Movement. It was founded by your mother. GEG Rawlings was president of Ghana for so many years. He lived in Osu at the castle. He had an excellent relationship with the Osu people. That's why you are elected as MP. So you have a heritage to protect. So you cannot come and join the politics of the past and come and just make unsubstantiated, baseless allegations like that. It's so baseless. You just say it, that we should believe you because you said it. Never again should you do this. Honorable Dr. Zanetor Rawlings, please, please don't do this again. Never should you do this again. Stay with the politics that you are practicing. You are a medical doctor. Everyone respects you. Everyone loves you because you have decided that instead of sitting in the comfort of your home, instead of enjoying the comfort of your privileged background and privileged upbringing, you will come into politics and to assist people to grow, to assist the formulation of policy in Ghana, in the legislature. That's honorable. That is very, very laudable, and that is noble. But if you come in and give us the confidence that you are going to be part of the new generation, part of the George Anders or Kojo Ponkromers and the Kujeto Blackwise, and you start talking like this, you go and say that they are distributing. Listen to what she said again. Have a listen to what she said again.
And the unfortunate thing that is happening is that people are using partisanship to distribute food. This is a humanitarian crisis. People are literally being asked to show evidence of their party membership before they are given food. This is not acceptable. This is very sad.
The other day I spoke to your mother, Dr. Rawlings, and she was telling me about the background that she came from. That is your mother, the background that she was raised by her parents, your grandparents. Have a listen to what she said.
All I knew was that we had a pretty comfortable upbringing. Not just comfortable, it was also hard, but my parents were really on us all the time with the discipline that goes with bringing up a child and all that.
So you see, Dr. Rawlings, you are not just second generation, you are actually third generation of a distinguished class. You are the third generation of a distinguished, privileged, noble class. And this is what you produce? To be screaming in front of a camera and making baseless allegations that you cannot substantiate? You've forgotten that who alleges must prove? Because you are JJ's daughter, I won't say much. But we are calling upon you. If you can master the humility, can you please clarify what you said? If you can master the humility, clarify what you said. Otherwise, you can withdraw. Don't say that again. We still love you. We still respect you. You are still JJ's daughter. You are still Nana Kunedu Agyemang Rawlings' daughter. And we love the fact that you have come to the legislature to help policy. Don't do this again. Never ever should you do this again. We are sorry that you did it. We are sorry on your behalf. But please, get back to the constituency and work and do your work effectively. Thank you, Honorable Dr. Zanetor Rawlings. As I said this evening, Dr. Rawlings has issued a statement. It's even more baseless, I'm really sorry to say, that the Member of Parliament, whilst Parliament is still in session and whilst she can make the allegations on the floor of Parliament and call for an investigation into the matter, she says that Ghana Web, she issued a statement this evening. I'll put a copy of the statement on the TV so you can see a screenshot of it. It makes the matter completely bad. And if she had issued this statement earlier, we would not have been as charitable to her as we had been. This is very wrong. Members of Parliament cannot do that. Dr. Rawlings, you are an elected member of Parliament. You cannot do that. You cannot hide behind paper and camera and make baseless allegations against your opponent. That's the kind of politics that we want to stop in this country. That's not the kind of politics that we encourage. The kind of politics we want to stop in this country is what you have done. Really? Dr. Rawlings, that's the basis for which you make an allegation that Ghana Web, the news portal, reported that a woman says she didn't get food because she was NDC. And then you say that to Okovandapoy. Listen to yourself in your own statement. Listen to the conduct of your colleague Okovandapoy. And you see the difference between Okovandapoy's conduct and your own conduct. Maybe because Okovandapoy has been a former mayor. In your own statements, you talk about the fact that Dr. Okovandapoy's constituency, you said that food intended for the poor was being distributed in MPP vehicles under the direct supervision of the MPP candidate for the constituency. A special protection in respect of her statement regarding food distribution in Clote Koli constituency, and she says her attention has been drawn to the minister, etc., etc. Now, the important part is this. She says, as part of, so her first example of her evidence of what she has done is that Ghana Web reported something, and a lady said she had not been fed because she didn't have an MPP card. One person says she had not been fed because she didn't have an MPP card. The report says that 400,000 people are fed in a day. That's the report. She has not contradicted that. She hasn't challenged that. 400,000 people are being fed. One person says, I wasn't fed because I didn't have an MPP card. Thankfully, the member of parliament for NDC candidate for the constituency, the Honorable John Dumelo, goes and feeds that person. That is the basis for her making such allegations as the kind of person she is. So that's basis number one. Now listen to basis number two to frighten you. She says, food intended for the poor was being distributed in MPP vehicles under the direct supervision of the MPP candidate for that constituency. The constituency being the constituency of Dr. Okovandapoy, who is the incumbent MP, the NDC candidate, former mayor, Dr. Okovandapoy, the incumbent, and his opponent, the MPP person, is distributing food in the allegation in his constituency car. So, you, Dr. Rawlings, this is what you write, and everyone should listen to this carefully. Dr. Okovandapoy, before speaking to the press about the unfortunate development, had called Mrs. Cynthia Morrison on the phone to bring the matter to her notice and to register his protest. That is what you do as a member of parliament. Let it get into your system. Dr. Rawlings, let it get into your system. You come from a privileged place. We respect you, we respect your father. Behave properly. Stop misbehaving. How can you issue such a statement for what you have done? We have been very charitable to you in our editorial because of who you are. Listen to what you wrote. Look at Okovandapoy's behavior. Look at Okovandapoy's conduct that you are quoting. Why couldn't you behave the same way? Are you better than Okovandapoy? No. No one is better than anyone. You are all members of parliament. But yes, you come from a great place that all of us wish we could come from there. You are carrying the political heritage of Flight Lieutenant Rawlings. You cannot behave the way you are behaving. Okovandapoy saw the thing. You are writing it. Before, I don't even know why you wrote what you wrote, and I don't know whether you read it. You said before speaking to the press, why did Okovandapoy call the minister to register his protest before he spoke to the press? And now you continue and say that the media continues to report similar situations of seemingly partisanship in food distribution across many lockdown constituencies. This is complementary to the reports from many Ghanaians who have shared their ordeal on social media. What? This is absolutely damning. Your evidence of the matter is social media. What? Why did she even issue this statement? Why? Who told you to issue this statement? Please, whoever advised you to issue this statement has done you a lot of harm. Why did you issue this statement? Where your allegation, I don't even know what to say. Hey, who told you to issue this statement? You think the politics of Ghana is a joke? Please, politics of Ghana is a serious matter. We would have remained charitable to you the way we were. And I keep saying it because of who you are, because of where you are coming from, because we want a lot more people like you to come from the privileged places you are coming from, to become members of parliament. Hopefully that way, in 20 years' time, our country maybe will be better. Because you people have heritage at home to learn from. Sometimes you complain about people, but you have to understand some people. If they are coming from hard places, it's not always easy to turn around. But for those of you who come from good places, it's great to have you in parliament. It's wonderful to have you in parliament. And this is the kind of conduct that you are being. Please, Dr. Rawlings, don't say that again. Don't go there. And this statement, withdraw it quickly before the lions chew you on social media. Withdraw it. Withdraw it very, very quickly. Go and cancel it. How can you tell us how Okovandapoy behaved and you don't know that you have to behave the same way. How John Dumelo behaved, you don't know that you have to behave the same way. In fact, John Dumelo is not yet elected. You are elected. You are inside the parliament with Okovan-Dapoy. And you yourself say that Okovan-Dapoy, before speaking to the press, before he spoke to the press, he called the minister. You just came and told the press that they are sharing things with partisan because Ghana Web said it, because media is reporting it, because John Dumelo fed somebody, because Okovan-Dapoy was told. We have not heard Okovan-Dapoy say anything. We have not heard Okovan-Dapoy say anything. Madam, sorry if I've been beside myself with a bit of shock, but sorry about that. Next time, don't issue such statements. We here are media people to look at what you're doing. If you issue such a statement, we will have to content analyze it. And we have to tell you the flaws in the statement. This, your statement, is completely flawed. Never ever should you do that again. You are a great woman. You are a fine politician. We want you to stay in politics because we know that what your heritage promises is great. So we want you to stay in politics. And we hope that you can deliver the Klote-Kole constituency seat again. I'm sure that if I were in that constituency, I will vote for you again. If I had voted for you in 2016, I will vote for you again. If I'm coming to transfer my vote, I will vote for you because you are JJ's daughter and you are Nana Dr Rawlings' daughter. We want people like you in politics. But this kind of behavior should be very far away from you. Our strength unity from billion to billion, and essentially stable Democrat, Ghana, our strength unity.
We now have freedom. Ghana, land of freedom, toils of the brave and the sweat of their labors, toils of the